Thank you for coming to today's webinar. Today we're going to be talking about updates, the call log system, payroll, and the new payroll equipment groups that we have. Going and looking at what the updates were for the last month. We've had several updates since the last time we talked. Again, we had the official release of the barcode gun, so that happened during the last little bit. We had a lot of reports that we did. I'm not going to go through all the reports. The barcode gun I already did a big presentation on, I think last time, didn't I, Paul?
It was either, yeah, I think it was last time, pretty sure it was last time, or it was in February.
Yeah, we did a presentation through the barcode gun, so I don't think there's anything in here that's of real things. We did add the support for the IRS 941 for 2023. We fixed a device manager problem for people who are just doing barcoding and don't have the time card. That was a thing that came up. We added a column in the search types, so I can quickly go there to job types. We added this column here, this job type status column in here, so you could sort and search by that. Back. All right, so that was the job types. We added a forced account labor summary report. Again, with Brett been doing a lot of this conversions for these new reports, so we've been working on getting that to put together. Then again, another little snafu came up, like everything in the barcode scanner, where we would get a import that came to a weird number. So we took care of it, but just another little piece that we missed. On inventory, we updated to simplify process for physical. The first person who was doing the physical, the barcode, we had some issues, and we went back and reevaluated how we were approaching it and changed it so that the current barcode, the new barcode scan now the update does a much better job of handling the physical. We added a low and high range parameters to the inventory transactions for somebody. We updated the FMLA Absence Pro section to just a couple columns that needed to be changed in their order for what they wanted it to do. So we got those done. Then we just added a payroll maintenance window, which we're going to cover the equipment groups. And we added a issue on the main menu where sometimes if you didn't have like everything set up, you would just have a few things that the first item and the last item in the list would always show twice. So we fixed that. And then we added a new My Work tab. So let's just cover the new My Work tab real quick. So if you go into settings, you will now see at the top a My Work. We're going to be having quite a few more settings showing up for the My Works, but right now we have the authorization zones turned on because I'm going to cover that again real quickly here, the authorization zones. So what we did for there, if you turn on the authorization zones, then when you go into payroll, you will see authorization zone show up as a maintenance item. And simply you find your location where you are. So let's just go to Bay City since it's here. And if I think right, the road commission is somewhere kind of right over in here somewhere. I think if I go in further, let's just pretend that it's right here. So you can just draw the little square around the thing. And there you go. I set the zone. And then I click save. And so now anyone in our system has to be inside this square to use the PFA MyWorks or PFA, MyWork is what we call it. Be able to use MyWork and do a post of a scan or post of time card or clock in, clock out. So, and you can have multiple of these. I can set up another one. Let's say they have another garage, like, somewhere over here, they have another garage. So, boom, now we have 2 zones. And so they can, if they're inside of either one of those zones, it'll go. So just real quick, it's, you can zoom back out and you can't, it just shows us dots, but you kind of get the idea. So that's authorization zones. I didn't really want to get too far into it. There's other things it can do, but the main thing is that you're just setting a big rectangle of anything inside the rectangles. They're allowed to go ahead and key in their time cards if they're inside that zone, if that's what you want to do. A lot of other places, they just want to let them key it in anywhere, which is perfectly fine. So you would come into the MyWorks and make sure you have, the enable turned off. So you're not enabling the authorization zones. So I wanted to quickly just, highlight the call log system. If you're not using it, it does have a lot of features that can help on a lot of for managing and organizing the calls that come in and keeping track of complaints and the follow up on those. Kind of the highlights in here is you can specify the categories you want. You can create your own categories. You can add one on the fly. You can go back. There's another place to where you can click on to modify through the categories. Obviously, you can put in the descriptions and resolutions. If you're going to have activity, you can put down like when did you do the activity. For each one of these, especially as if the initial person indicated that they do want a reply. So if our reply is requested, then as you go through it, you're going to want to make sure you have the details on it. You can set up contacts for recurring callers if you wish. Priority, you can set priorities on the items so that different ones will come up first in different lists, because you can come over here and go sort of based on priority. And let's see, you can set up townships, the names for roads. All those are segments if you have a segment for this road. If it's like a long road and you've broken up into all these kind of things. If you have an ordinance that was violated, things like that. A crossroad, if you want to put it in to help the person that you might have assigned to it to locate the proper place. Different things like that. It's all very, very, very helpful and easy to use and maintain. In fact, I think this looks like this is part of Roscommons, maybe. Don't know. But it's a mixture, just so you understand, it's designed to be as helpful as possible for exactly what road commissions need to maintain and be able to contact customers and things like that have had problems and issues that they've either phoned in, stopped in, and made complaints on. That this way you can, and it can also decide, who's available that you can send assignments to. So that's all part of, you can say these people are my people who fix these kind of things. So you can, you can assign it to one of them, and then, they can come in and get a email if they want, if you want to set it up. So an email will get sent to them with the request in it. Let's see, is there anything else that I kind of missed in here? I don't think so. That's just the 5-minute, real quick. Just want to let everybody know we have this here, and if you're not using it, start, come into it, look at the help kind of a thing, and go in, where there's some videos on it. And, I think you should, it's a shame that we have this here if you don't take advantage of it. Okay, so we were asked a while ago when we first started putting out the new time card that employee groups has always been kind of a employee payroll groups. has always been employee payroll equipment groups. Has always been a kind of a hard thing for people to get into. So I'm going to kind of cover, we just added this, so you should have it already. It's not something that hasn't come out yet. It should be on your systems now. But basically a way to maintain the equipment groups, instead of having to go through payroll post and posting a fake equipment or fake person and, putting in all the groups at that point. So you can see here, we have a lot of groups from, I think this is Chippewa's data. So we have a lot of groups in here. So we can just click on one, and these are, the winter plow group. This is what's on the winter plow group for 622. And then there's summer group for 622, is this part. So what do we miss between there? We don't have the sander, and we don't have the snow plow one way. So that's the difference between the two. But to modify something, you can simply, let's say, oh, we're not using the GPS locators anymore because we're just letting them. We gave them an old compass and and a sextant so they can figure out where they are, kind of a thing. So we got rid of those, and then you just hit save, and that updates the group. If you're creating a new group, it's simply a new group. You give it a group name. We're going to call it new group. And then you select a piece of equipment to add to that group. So you come down through here, 556. And then you add the equipment. And now we have one piece of equipment for new group. We can now save it. And over here, we should see new group at the bottom, I believe. Yep. New group with one piece of equipment. To add another piece of equipment, you simply come into here, pick the piece of equipment, and you click on add equipment. Coming through here, let's go down a little bit. Let's go to the backhoe, you add equipment. So pretty straightforward. It's when you're done, you got to make sure to hit save. It's not overly complicated. It works just like a lot of our other forms do. You can go next, previous, next, previous, run through the list. Into the group, previous, same kind of thing. It's like I said, it works very almost identical to all the other things we do. The only difference is when we're modifying or adding, you put in, you pick which piece you're going to add, and then you click the add button, and it goes right in. And then if you want to remove something, you just simply click the X, and then you do a save, and now that group has been updated. So there really isn't it's not like there's, a huge long, you got to go through 20 different things. It's simply just a way to maintain the list of equipment groups that you guys, everybody had said they had wanted for the payroll because of the new payroll groups. Being such an important part for employees to be able to get a large list of equipment added that are related to each other. Next webinar is May 1st at 10 a.m. Topics, again, will be, we'll figure out what we're going to do, always updates, but then we'll figure out something else to kind of cover to make sure that it exists. And now it's just open to any question and answer time. There was a couple of updates to the time card online system. I thank everybody for coming. I appreciate you taking the time this morning to sit with us and go through these things.
You are now working smarter with ProFund Accounting. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content like this.